Forza Horizon is the ultimate celebration of driving, the thrill of the automobile, the open road, and the awe and wonder of seeing the beauty of the earth from behind the wheel of the industry's most incredible, fast, and beautiful cars and racing machines. Forza Horizon is leading the franchise for Xbox, and Playground Games has become well experienced in creating open world and open wheel driving adventures for gamers for over a decade. But with Forza Horizon 5, they have literally created the most addictive, the most satisfying, and hands down, the best game in 2021. This is Colteastwood. Welcome to the channel. Today we are going to review Forza Horizon 5, and that's what you're here for, to see the review, so I won't waste your time. So if you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribe to the channel, and let's look at one of the biggest games of 2021. Forza Horizon 5 takes us to Mexico in the most diverse, most beautiful vista-spanning racing festival in the series, with all of the build-up, improvements, and winning formulas culminated into one perfect package that will bring players joy, intense excitement, breakneck speed, and challenging skill-testing driving experiences across multiple disciplines. Fan favorite activities, all of what we have loved about the Horizon Festival, all accessible in one game. Special thanks to Xbox for sending me the full suite of Forza Horizon 5, and I tested the game extensively on Xbox Series S and X console. Let's talk about the graphics. The first impression most will have once seeing the game in action is the eye-popping visuals, which rival most any game we've seen across all platforms. On the Xbox Series X, the game runs at a full native 4K 60 in performance mode, which will be the only footage you see here, as the game looks marginally better in quality mode with long smoothing motion blur at 30 FPS, which is not the proper way to experience this game. Car models and roadside vegetation, buildings, and the living Mexican landscape is truly photorealistic with no flaws, no suspension of belief, or anything other than true awe of excellence. The way light and the world play off in the shiny vehicles and materials is a sight to behold, and the addition of lens flares and dancing volumetric light bring the presentation in the upper echelons of the best games you've ever seen, and they aren't even using ray tracing. Forza Horizon 5 shares the car beauty with lively dynamic weather, wind-blown trees, blanket sheets of rain, thunder and lightning, and thick, dusty, volumetric dust storms. There are over 400 cars in Forza Horizon 5 with a varied library of sports cars, race cars, and hypercars, and some surprise four-wheeled on- and off-road vehicles to meet the multiple race events that you will encounter throughout your Horizon tour. Upgrades are more robust, with a chance to preview each upgrade and hear how it affects the intake and exhaust of your custom creation. Collecting cars is more rewarding than ever, with a collection meta system that gives you XP, in-game credits, or new cars for collecting cars among the manufacturers. Following the collectibles to a new unlock is addictive and speeds up your push to own all 400 cars. Returning veterans of Forza Horizon will be pleased to see that the formula has been cranked with Event Lab custom race objectives, obstacles, destructible hazards, and varied ramps, twisting bends, and many more surprises you either place in the game yourself or enjoy the creativity of the community that they can bring into the game to keep races completely new, fresh, and extremely wild on the fringe of the imagination. Street races return across the countryside or across towns with smoke, flare checkpoints, and live traffic. The physics in Forza Horizon 5 are top shelf with the Forza DNA, and watching cars launch off of berms, ramps, and crests is a satisfying event and folded into PR stunts and open world interactivity, even giving you the opportunity to emulate the true rallycross navigator callouts on winding roads between trees and water splashes like we've seen in Dirt Rally and Dirt 4.
Over a jump, then water, into sharp right and surface change.
The rally, off-road, and multi-surface race vehicles feel compelling, and the feedback of soft tires, slippery surfaces, and winding wet roads, grassy hill crests, and bank corners, tipping checkpoint flags is part of the intoxicating, addictive, and gratifying feel of racing in free form, in lap races or long country-spanning time trials. The look of wet, rain-soaked roads in late day, or the thick, palpable dense fog with headlights absorbed into the atmospheric weather system is part of what gives Forza Horizon 5 its unmistakable grade A look and feel. Each race feels and looks different, and this overall presentation mixed with feel is what keeps us coming back to start a new race event. Forza Horizon 5 is the most satisfying and rewarding of the series, with checklist challenges, accomplishments, and skill-based lists of open-world mayhem. A new system called Accolades gives you 50 or more things to pin and accomplish naturally or to seek out to unlock in the game. Custom avatars, callouts, emotes, or clothing items. Wheel spins and super wheel spins return, and emotes and those clothing items are still included, but the horns and clothing items have been drastically reduced in the odds, which gives you a better chance at new cars and big money to buy the things you earned from leveling up. Barn finds return, and you can gift them to Xbox Live friends, new players, or random Horizon players, as well as receive them in the map when someone online sends you a gift. All of these things make gameplay more meaningful and addictive as you build your superstar in the Horizon Festival. Road races or street races have been sweetened up in Forza Horizon 5 with the incredible landscape of Mexico, creating that perfect blend of a beautiful place to race with absolutely terrifying curves and road hazards across a desert full of cactuses, large rocks, and beautiful mural-painted buildings. Let's take a look at Forza Street Racing.
Welcome to Guanajuato, home of La Familia Mirón, best city in Mexico. The name means Hill of Frogs.
Forza Horizon 5 is not known for its story, as there is none. You've arrived in Mexico to try and win the racing festival, but you will hear stories along the way from those that you take chapter-based racing challenges. But Forza Horizon 5 wants you to crank the radio or hear the sound of the road, engines, and screeching tires along the way. This time around, the story or campaign is much more robust and satisfying, with a sticker book in a colorful map that sees you setting up several Horizon hubs in the varied biomes and gaining access to the game's biggest point of interest, giant extended races, and showcase events which pit you against an unfair advantage land speed race. The showcase events are the highlight of the campaign and the most memorable moments in cinematic glory, meant to return to often as the two seasons change. The chapter-based races give you even more to do, with dialogue and adventures that I will not spoil here. If you only played Forza Horizon 5 in single-player mode, ignoring all online races, competitive game modes, and event lab creations, you'd easily have 50-plus hours of unique content across the massive map of Mexico. During the review period, just a fraction of millions of Forza players were online among the game's media and content creators. Teaming up with Xbox Live friends was quick and simple in convoys, with the new console starting matches in seconds. The main breadth of content on offer is staggering, with on and off-road races covering the map and challenges that will take you weeks to satisfy your need to race and explore this new wonderful breathtaking map that gives you the white sands of Mexico, wet jungles, rocky canyons, mountainside volcano switchbacks, and a wealth of cars to see it all with the feel behind the wheel that only Forza Horizon can offer, with banking corners, realistic handling, fast feel of throttling, redlining and apexing roads far beyond the limits of what any human should dominate those harrowing curves. The presentation of the highest quality visuals, varied topography, realistic and obsessive addictive love of racing, all mixed with a perfect blend of fun and simulation behind cars we wish we could one day drive, gives Forza Horizon 5 the most addictive and most satisfying game we've seen all year. And looking at the future of the series, it looks like Forza Horizon will hold top podium in racing among the most other top grade games for years. And it's not slowing down anytime soon. Forza Horizon 5 gets a review score of a 9.5 out of 10. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this review. There are going to be a ton of reviews, and thank you so much for checking out this one. I spent a lot of time, and you saw well over 85 clips. Different recordings I did of the game, showing the different cars, different places you could drive, and some of the different events that you'll experience in the game. I hope you learned something from the review, and I haven't done a lot of reviews lately, so it's been kind of refreshing to go back and break down the story, presentation, and gameplay of this game. I have well over 500 hours in the Forza Horizon series, and I feel like I have a lot to say, and my thoughts of what they've accomplished with this game. One of the most important things is that they've taken everything we've loved about 2, 3, and 4, and some of the things they've done across the series with the DLC, and kind of put it all into one package. I'm super excited to see what they do with the DLC in the next 3 to 6 months. That will be really incredible if you can grab the premium edition. It is an additional $45 if you're a Game Pass subscriber. Forza Horizon is a game that I play almost weekly, and for the past year I've refrained from playing Forza Horizon 4 so that I'd be ready and fresh to play this game, and I'm so glad I did. This truly is the most addictive and most rewarding in the series. I'm so glad I got to review it. Also, stay tuned to the channel in the coming weeks. I've got a huge partnership and sponsorship that I'll be showing on this channel related to these games. I can't wait to share more with you. It's going to be pretty massive, and it is going to be one of the coolest things I've done in a long time. If you ended up enjoying this review, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of this kind of content, which I do every week. If you want to further support the channel, you can join the Patreon or join the channel membership below. That gets you early access to videos that I do, and also gets you entered into monthly merch giveaways. Also, I do the X&C podcast, which is a weekly podcast where I interview people about gaming news and talk about the big games coming to the Xbox platform. But I want to know what you think of Forza Horizon 5. Did you already have your mind made up? Did you learn anything new? Let me know in the comment section. Also, let me know, what's your favorite car? What car do you hope makes the game? Let me know in the comment section. As always, be nice.